I Can Relate is brought to you by Lee Summit Cares.
Lee Summit Cares is a local nonprofit led by an advisory board of local teens focusing on helping youth develop positive relationships
and creating a culture of physical and mental wellness in the community.
Welcome back to this new episode of I Can Relate. I'm Gianni and I'm joined by two guests today.
Carson Jones.
Aaliyah Zam.
I'm going to start off with a quote that's been speaking to me recently. It goes, "Short men aren't boys."
Dang, man. That's a real quote. Recently, I was trying to talk to this girl and I asked her to a dance. And she was like, yeah, you're cute, but I don't think we look good together because I'd be taller than you in heels. Has that ever happened to you?
Absolutely. There's been so many times. I actually went to homecoming with a girl that was taller than me, especially in heels. It really that height difference was very noticeable in photos. And even though she didn't say anything, I got flamed by my friends for at least a month straight about looking like a midget in my photos.
Nah, there's one of my friends, every time we take photos, especially for pictures like that, like Coco Prom and stuff, he stands on his tippy toes in the back.
That's
so if you zoom in the pictures, he's on his tippy toes.
Feels that pressured to reach. But
you
why
have no
is
clue.
That, though?
Because girls don't like short guys. I'm sorry to break it to you. You can look great. I feel like I'm a 10 out of 10 personally. Personality, looks, everything. I'm just short. Sometimes God has to nerf people. And you just get nerfed. Can't be perfect in every way.
That's so true. I used to be chubby and short, which really was not a good combo with the girls. I remember I was standing in line for Spanish class, and this girl turned around and looked at me. She's like, "Man, you kind of look big in that hoodie today." I'm like, "Why did you need to say that? There's no need for that."
What do you get out of saying that? I
don't go up to you and say people have a lot of audacity where it shouldn't be given. The hoodie thing. There was no need or there wasn't a comment, but what gives people the right to think that they should just say it?
I don't know. I feel like people just want to feel like they're better than somebody in some way. I don't know why, but I feel like that's just a human nature thing. You'd never want to be on the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, they want to feel like that superiority. They're like, "Oh, I put this kid down, so now I feel better about myself because I'm not chubby or I'm not whatever." It makes them. They try to acknowledge themselves like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because those standards come from what we've experienced throughout our lives, basically from
saying what's perfect, the perfect person.
Yeah, or just media norms. You guys were talking about being short. A lot of the people, the ideal couple is when the guy's taller and the girl's normally shorter.
There's a massive height difference between the two. The dude's 6'2", the girl's 4'8". She's like, "Oh my god, this is great."
That's
got 8
inches
between us.
No, that's weird. You look like his little child. Okay.
Yeah, but it's wanted.
That's crazy.
That girl wants that.
That's crazy. No, you talked about how you chubby, but you look like you hit the gym now.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't from that comment, but my whole life I look at myself in the mirror man, I really do not like the way I look. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't getting any better, and I kept eating and eating and eating the way I used to until eventually I reached a point I'm I cannot stay like this anymore. It's getting hard for me to do things I used back. I ran the mile, and I remember I was in middle school, I ran the mile, and I thought I died on that track. And I was like, all right, we need to change something up. So it's been about, I think we're on month 10 of my cut. And I started at 205 pounds. And this morning I weighed in at 151. And it's the hardest life change I've ever made. Because I still have those eating habits. Every single time I open up the pantry, I'm like, "Oh my god, I could really go for some Cheez-Its." Or I really want to make some ramen noodles. I'm sick and tired of eating chicken. Or I'm sick and tired of having to make these meal preps to better myself. And it's not only that, you start to lose a lot of energy from not eating and then going to the gym constantly. You run out of time, right? You get tired from running. You get bored in the gym. But that drive to continue going on, I really can't even explain to you how I've kept that drive. It's so ingrained in me after making that schedule for 9 months and sticking to it that I'm probably just gonna keep going until I look the way I want.
For me, the gym has become more of a thing of, it's become my form of therapy. I do it to become one, basically. It's a time for me to focus and just, for once, just think about myself instead of worrying about, the homework that's due tonight. And then you bring up the mile. I used to dread the push-ups.
Uh-huh.
The push-ups were bad. Doing the mile and just being out of breath or just not dreading the fact that you have to go to PE and be compared with other people and seeing your performance. But for me, going to the gym has become, initially it was something to it still is to better myself or do something better or achieve certain goals that I've set for myself. But it's hard for me to realize that it's hard to like actually reach those goals because they're always going to change or it's never going to be enough because of like, I know you're the same way because we work out together, but like the standards that you place on yourself, you're never going to be satisfied because you're always going to want more.
No, for sure. Like I wake up, I'll look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, man, I look really bloated today. Even though I don't look bloated, like I didn't eat anything bad. I've been sticking to my diet. Just for some reason, your body, you have that mentality, that body image where you're like, okay, you still see your old self in the mirror and you can't find a way to get rid of it. And so your only drive is to continue going and going and going until you try to look the way you want, but it's never going to be enough. And that's just how it is.
Well, for me, because, like, when my friends motivated me to go to the gym because, like, seeing them, like, their dedication, the motivation, I just want, like, because, like, me, I, like, I'm not, like, trying to say, like, I'm perfect or anything, but, like, I never, like, had the feeling, like, I had to go to the gym because, like, I've always been, like, skinny and stuff and, like, strong at the same time, like, top of my class, like, as an athlete. But, like, my friends were, like, consistently going to the gym, and, like, I feel like me making myself go to the gym makes me, like, able to do anything. Like, if I tell myself I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Like, that, like, I can hold myself accountable for going to the gym. And that's why that's why I go to the gym.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been listening a ton of negatives about this entire process, but at the end of the day, it does make me feel better about myself when I'm able to go to the gym and stick to that. And I think a lot of times people don't talk about, how you mentally develop as well when you stick to a schedule like that and when you make a life change like that. I don't even know how to put this into words, but the way your mindset changes, the way you view things, the way you view yourself, the way you view tasks. I noticed one thing for doing that life change of losing weight. All of a sudden now, if I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit and do my homework for an hour and I'll get on my phone for 5 minutes, I'm actually able to stick to it and I'm not just giving in to these little urges to get on my phone every 5 seconds.
It's building mentality. For me, okay, since we were talking about being short for you guys, personally, 5'8", can't complain much, can I? But
5'8"? It's kind of short to me.
Well, for a girl, you guys are boys.
Honestly, I feel like if you're like 5'6" or above, not even 5'6", 5'2" or above, you're kind of tall in some ways, because they're like short people in the world, like shorter than you.
Yeah,
so.
I was trying to ask though, sorry. In the gym, how do you feel that being short affects you and your image on yourself? Because all of us work out. I work out, 5-6 days a week. How often do you guys work out?
Well, I'm running track now, so like I don't do it as much. But like the days I don't have school, I go, or like during spring break, I'm gonna go twice a day.
Okay.
So I go like work out and then go.
I mean, you can consider track as working out.
That
too.
is
like you're doing
working
some
out.
kind of physical activity. You're doing something to better yourself, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I'm going same amount as you, 5-6
Yeah.
days a week.
So, how does the issues that you guys face with self-image affect your performance at the gym?
Makes me work harder, honestly. I just like saying like, oh, I can lift more than you. It doesn't matter that I'm shorter, because they go to the gym with me, but like I'm still stronger than you. It doesn't matter.
So for the most part, I am stronger, but my main goal isn't strength. It's to look good or to view myself better. But the one thing that keeps me going to the gym, I always tell myself, it's like, what if you do that extra mile? What if you push yourself a little further than everybody else? And when I do that, then I'm like, I just feel like I'm above everyone else. And it kind of motivates me. I know it sounds like a superiority thing, but it does. It helps you. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you in track. You're like, if I can push myself to go this far, what can I really achieve?
Do you think like people like going to the gym to sculpt their bodies perfectly is due to social media and like they're seeing everybody's perfect life? Like everybody, like all the social media stars like Michael B. Jordan and other people like that, just like shredded bodies, just everything that everybody wants. Do you think that makes people want to go to the gym more? For
me, it's like I notice how other girls are portrayed on social media, but it's hard to find girls that look like me because I'm not the skinniest of the skinniest. I don't have the biggest butt. I don't have the biggest boobs. I don't have a flat stomach and abs. I have thick thighs. I'm chubby. And I'm aware of that. And for me, it's becoming a lot of what I want for my body has stemmed from what I've seen on social media and like what I feel like I should be. But in the end, it becomes what I want for myself. But then again, my wants come from what I'm seeing on the media.
I started realizing that what people look like on social media is oftentimes unachievable unless you're taking some kind of performance enhancer. A lot of the guys on there are just absolutely shredded. You just can't. That's just not achievable, right? You're gonna
Alex
lose.
Eubanks.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Actually, isn't he natural?
I'm not for sure, but even if you're natural and make it to that point, you're gonna have no drive to do anything in life. Your body needs some kind of body fat, and if you're that shredded, a lot of guys will go on and they'll talk about how they have no sex drive. They've got just no emotion at all. That's it. They've got no motion, no energy, no drive, nothing, because of that.
So how do you differentiate between what you see on the media versus what you want for yourself?
I don't. I guess the only thing what I want for myself is to look the best in my family. I compare myself to my brother, my family members, and if I'm sticking out in my family, I've gotten where I want to be. I'm the strongest in my bloodline right now. I'm satisfied.
Bloodline, the whole line.
The whole line.
Ancestors and everything.
My 6'0 cousin's got nothing on me if I can bench more than him.
See, for me is I just feel like I just have good self-confidence in general. Like, I just walk into a room, I just feel like I'm the best guy in there, you know? I feel like, personally, my brothers might disagree, everybody might disagree. I'm the best-looking Jones out there, you know?
Where does your confidence come from? How were you able to get that confidence, or were you always like this?
I'm going to need to know that.
We're going to need to start taking
I'm going to need a
notes.
secret.
I don't know. It's just like growing up, you know?
Were you always
So you're
told
telling me,
you were
right, you got self-confidence, right? So if you walked into a party, for instance, right, and you see a girl and you're like, oh, you don't once think, maybe I'm too sure to talk to her. Or maybe...
Now, only thing I would think about, I'll like walk into a party and I'll look at her and I'll be like, would it be weird if I walk up and talk to her right now? Oh, I don't care. And that maybe I'll like probably walk up and try to talk to her.
See, in that sense, you're doing way better than I am, because if I look at a guy and my first response is like, I wear a scarf, I'm Muslim, I'll be like, that's going to scare him. He's not going to even look my way. Or it's going to be...
I just feel like you can just tell, like, if you look at somebody and they look at you back, and like you guys make eye contact, and then at that point, it's
language.
Not weird for you not to talk to them after you make eye contact. You know?
Do you ever pressure yourself? Because like I go into a list of like, I'm too big, or I'm too this, or he probably wants someone skinnier or tinier, I'm too tall. That's like my mentality between
sometimes
me and a
if the
person
girl's like 5'10" or above, I'll be like, maybe this might be a stretch for me to go up and talk to her. But
why has height become such a big thing that matters in order?
Because you can
And this
get
is
shot
not just
down.
you, I'm just saying
can
in
get shot
general.
down as a guy just for your height, just for like no reason, just because your height, just because how tall you are. It's such like a prominent thing in like today's society. Like if you ask a girl, like, what's your like perfect like idea for a man? They'd be like, a lot of money, 6 foot, hits the gym, has something going for him.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that, Aaliyah?
You know my opinions. Well, for starters, I do agree that a lot of girls our age, especially because are we all seniors in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all seniors in high school. And a lot of the times, it's very common for girls to have this ideal picture or this more idealistic point of view towards having a significant other. But I also do think that it's highly important, and I can only speak from my preferences. Does height matter? Not completely. Because I think it's more important to have an emotional bond with someone, or to genuinely care or be able to tolerate, I mean that lightly, tolerate someone and enjoy their presence and actually be able to see yourself succeeding with a person, versus having a guy that is the opposite of that, but he happens to be shorter. I would try and go for the guy that I feel there's some sort of connection there for the long run. But that's my mentality. A lot of the girls are not into that. They might just be like, I'm going to date a guy till the end of senior year, so I have to, it's for the image that I'm putting up on social media, or just what others are going to think about them. That's just me. So.
Yeah, no, you have the ideal opinion for guys, but the majority would definitely care about height, especially right now. Maybe when we get older, women are going to start looking for men who got their stuff together and not just tall guys. And I do believe that's going to happen eventually. But short term, it sucks being short.
One thing I'm happy about being short is that statistically we live longer. So if you're taller than me, you die first. Sorry. Survival for the fittest.
I'm about to piggyback off that. That's true. I'm going to live a little longer than everyone else.
Have fun of being 5'8".
I'm living the air's fresher up here.
Until you
nice.
die first. So the air's not fresher.
You know what they say?
It got to you.
Rain hits the shortest people last, so I stay a little drier than you.
These quotes out. I'm glad that you feel like you have a societal advantage because you're short.
Okay, is there like any like other body image things that you guys like struggle with?
I struggle with just my looks. It's hard because you can have other people, like for me, you could have people tell you, no, well, you have certain features that just, they make you stand out. Or they'll just say like, I don't feel like I'm losing weight, but I've had people come up to me saying that like, oh, you're doing great. Like, I know personally I've lost inches, but I don't check my weight as much. And so I had people come up to me, and it's my mentality to where I'm like, well, I don't see this change, or I don't look like this. So then that's just how I am, though. It comes into body image. So
I have something like that, like when like people give me like compliments sometimes, but like, oh, you're like, okay, guys. Again, this is not me trying to brag or anything. When girls be like, oh, you're kind of cute, like it like always like catches me off guard because it's just like, why? Like I don't feel like I'm always the best, but even though I am the best, I don't know. It's like it's a weird complex that I have. It's such a weird complex, but like I feel like it stems from me like that complex. Like for me, like I always wanted to like date this one girl, but like that one never happened. So like,
why?
that can be talked about in another episode,
Okay.
but it's not the right time. But like also height also, like I said, is like a big factor because playing sports, basketball especially, you go against giants. Like I broke my ankle playing basketball. I wanted to go block this guy named Deuce Roberts. He's 6'7". Guys, I did the task. I blocked him.
No way.
Then he fell on top of me and broke my ankle. So I lost in the long run, guys. I lost in the long run.
So do you think...
I lost in the long run. Couldn't walk for 6 months.
It's actually, like, that sucks. Yeah. Your ankle doing better? You back at it, blocking him? 6'7" guys?
No, he goes to Temple now. He goes to college. And I stopped playing basketball because my ankle sucks. Had to get surgery. Metal plate 3 screws. Tightrope between my ankle.
Are you joking?
No. I'm so serious.
I'm sorry.
Buzzed off my head. I went bald. Rough time.
All right, wrapping it back, though.
I can't.
The body image and ego. You seem to have a huge ego, which is not a bad thing at all. It's actually amazing that you look at yourself so positively. I mean, every once in a while you're like, okay, maybe I'm a little short, but for the most part, you're pretty on track. For me personally, I wouldn't say my ego is necessarily bad. Like, if I walk into a party, I'm kind of the same as you. It's more like awkward to go up to a girl who's never seen you before. That's like the first thing I think about before I think about, well, maybe I'm too short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That normally happens after they deny you, or if they deny you.
Yeah, they'd be like, there has to be some reason. What's the reason why?
Yeah.
Go back, study tape, study film. Go back and let's see the next time.
This guy's got plays on this.
You guys are both better off than me because I walk in already like shitting on myself. So
No, like seriously, I feel like you can't like fully like in relationships, like talking to people, you can't like think of yourself that way because then when you like think of that self, then you portray yourself that way, and then you portray yourself that way, then they're gonna think it. So you always gotta think you're the best. So everybody thinks you're the best. Then everybody envies you. You know.
Yeah, there's a story that happened to me. I'll never forget this. Basically, I went into this New Year's party, and there's this girl there. I was like, man, I got no shot with her, right? But I started talking to her, and we just talked all night or whatever. But the next day, I go to school, and this super tall guy comes up to me. I'm not gonna name his name, but he knows who he is. He's like, dude, you made me lose $5. I'm like, what do you mean I made you lose $5? He's like, I was supposed to hit on that girl, and she didn't want anything to do with me. She just talked to you the entire night. And I was like, that's a short king win.
Yes.
That's a win.
Such a W. Honestly, I don't know why people fear rejection so much. Because I feel like that teaches you a lot if you get rejected, you know?
Yeah, it's really not that bad. I mean, that's just life, right? You get rejected from jobs, you get rejected from interviews, whatever, right? But I feel like rejection really toughens you up.
Like,
and then it helps you find the right person, right?
Because then, like, it makes you, like, if you go back out there, then you're persevering, and then you're growing as a person, then you're doing more.
Exactly. Because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And call me Steph Curry, because I be making them.
Oh, my God. All right. What's your most proud shot that you made?
My most proud shot. Well, I was like crushing on this girl for
Uh-huh.
like. No, wait. This is my most proud shot. When I got my surgery and I buzzed off all my hair, I was hideous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was hideous. I was.
You can
gone.
relate to this one,
I
Gianni.
was gone. And this girl I thought was like cute for a long time. Like she was flirting with my hair. I had no hair, and I still bagged her. Like I pulled her. Like it was like the best thing ever. You know, we dated. We broke up sadly, but it was a great time. What do you get? Like, what do you guys like? What are you looking for girls like guys? Like, wait. This is what I meant to say. Looking at social media, what do you guys think that changes perspective on girls and guys you should go for? You'd be like, because I look like this, so I have to be like this with this certain person, or like they look like this, so they would never be like a person like me.
No, I always just go for my type. Like I have a type. Everyone has a type. Everyone has something they look for.
I don't have a type at all.
You don't have anything that you look for.
I don't really
Anything
have a
specifically
type
you
either.
don't have anything.
No, it's like they vary a lot.
Not even like hair color.
No, actually, guys,
Something small that doesn't really
gingers
matter.
are really attractive.
Oh my god.
What?
Gingers are like it's like a mix.
She
It's
went
like they're
for
either
ginger.
super attractive or way down there.
What do you mean by that?
Dude, have you ever seen a ginger in between?
No, but listen, that's not the point.
Exactly.
That's not the point. That's not the point. I feel like you're not commenting on anything.
I
You're
don't
just
know what to
laughing.
say. I'm in a room with two boys talking about how short they are. It's not even my height because I'm only an inch taller than both of you, right? An inch and a half, maybe 2 inches taller than both of you. But it's not even the fact that I don't know what to say. First of all, I'm in awe at what is being said today in the staple. And there's so many things I could say, but I don't know how to properly word it.
Well, like,
Yet.
what do you look for in guys then?
I don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference either?
No.
No way
Do
in a
I-
room with two people with no preferences.
Okay,
You have no outlook. Nothing.
For me, again, I've stated my type, my idealistic type, and for me, it's not so much physical. Like I can be with a skinny, scrawny guy, depending on how I interact with a man, or the man, or the person, depending on how I interact with them, and how And again, I can only speak for myself. I have to see a future with you in order to dedicate my time with you. And that goes with anything. That goes with friends. That goes with relationships. If I can't see you either helping me better myself, and this is, maybe it's rare to see, I don't know, you're making a face, Gianni. Maybe it's rare to see, or for me, it's just a connection, which where I see relationship. That's where my preference on relationship is. So for you guys, when you guys get into a relationship, do you guys see,
I have to see a future.
do you have to see a future?
Yeah, I just can't like hop in for like no reason.
But like, okay, this is also for you. What is the future? Can you just see yourself dating this person, or can you see yourself building something with this person?
It's like I know I want to date a person. It's like when I'm talking to them and like we have genuine good conversations, I genuinely like don't want to talk to anybody else, like any other girls. I'm like, yeah, then this is the one.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like when you start being able to talk about whatever you want and you guys have there's no awkward silence between you two during topics, right? Things are just flowing like they should be. You're like, okay, this is going to be great. But like for you right now, because you're a senior, right? We're all seniors and you're going to college. Are you looking for long term? Are you looking for through school and that's
Oh
it?
my goodness, this is such a good question to ask me. At the beginning of this year, me and my football teammates had the saying talking about, what was the saying? I just forgot the saying. It was like not catching feelings. I'm only catching like balls, like footballs, right? Because you're playing. No, okay, footballs because you're like playing the sport of football. So we all went to the topic of like that, and then now all three of them have girlfriends, you know, and I'm the only single one, and it hit me, like it dawned on me that right now you're a senior, so getting a relationship will like not be perfect, you know, because you're about to move away.
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably won't be like she could be a junior, or she can go to she can be in college, like anything, and then but next year you're gonna be a freshman, and nobody wants to be in a relationship as a freshman in college. Because then you're in this new stage of life, you're exploring yourself. I just feel like, personally, there's no, like, perfect opportunity for a relationship in life. You just, like, it just comes to you, know, like, it just has to happen.
Yeah, just when it happens, and you kind of just know. Or you hopefully know and don't miss the opportunity. But I can kind of see what you're saying. That makes sense.
So are you looking for long term, or are you just waiting for it to come?
Just waiting for it to come. If it comes, it comes.
That's true. You get in a
Would
relationship.
you date in between? Or you would only, I guess what I'm trying to say, you said you would only date if you saw a future with that person.
Yes.
I agree with that. That's just, I feel like that's how it should be. Or if I talk to a guy in a serious way, I have to have the intent or the knowledge that I believe that something else could come of this.
I feel like I get bored and I flirt with girls, but guys, listen.
Oh my god.
Listen. I can flip this back around. It's not bad.
Okay.
I like always like let them know. Like I'm like I'm never mean. I'm like I'm a senior and I'm not like looking for anything serious. So like if they like starting like say they like me, I'm like maybe I don't like you that much.
So
like,
what are you
as,
looking
like,
for in the
like,
relationship?
Well, I thought when you get in a relationship, then you got in a relationship because you found something in somebody,
I do.
but you still flirt with other girls.
No, I don't flirt with other girls when I'm in a relationship. That's weird. I'm talking about like
Oh, you're talking about
okay,
before.
so you were talking
Oh,
about the
okay.
in between. So if you get with a girl, you said it yourself. You talk to girls or you flirt with girls when you're bored.
yes, I did say that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That's normal.
Okay. So you said that. So when you're talking with the girls when you're bored, you don't see anything.
I don't sell dreams.
Okay, so you don't see anything happening with them.
It depends. It depends if I like the girl or not. Like, of course, like, no, what I'm trying to say is you can, like, talk to a girl and flirt with a girl, but you know that that's not going to go anywhere. But you do it because it's, like, fun, you know?
Okay, Lee.
But,
then
of course, if they feel a certain type of way with you, then you can't do that because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, so isn't that leading them on?
No,
okay,
because
bringing
that's
on the
mutual.
perspective of a girl. Bringing on the perspective of a girl.
Okay,
This is the one time I speak in this area now. Okay.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
We'll
I
set you up.
appreciate it. Even though it might be a mutual agreement in the beginning that nothing's going to come of this, as you talk to a person and get to know them, do you not get an emotional connection with that person?
Oh, you do. That's why communication's key.
So you're... One second. So you're saying that as you communicate, you won't gain anything from that thing? Or
And-
you're just saying that you're strictly talking to that person just because you're bored and it's time to flirt?
Okay, but if like that seriousness comes along, then I drop everybody and I like it's just them, and then that.
Okay, so you
forms a
eventually like
relationship.
that could be something.
Yes.
You start off with flirting with that person, but as you get to know them and talk to them, you might. Oh,
You can't hit the table.
Sorry. Sorry. As you eventually get to know that person, you might see something happening with them, and then
Yeah, and
just
then,
cut everyone else off.
yeah, and then like you tell them how you feel, and then after that, like they tell you how they feel. Depending on what happens out the situation, then sometimes you leave and sometimes you stay.
Mm-hmm.
What if a girl has?
So I feel like you can't like start off with a girl and immediately think a relationship. There's stages to it. There's
I agree,
the
yeah.
friendship, and then there's
Yeah.
the flirting stage, and then there's the kind of talking stage,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the dating stage.
Man, this guy's got it planned out. I mean, he hit the money.
he
Yeah,
has
he's
all
not
of it.
wrong.
So I'm
Sorry
really
to-
not a
It-
bad
it's
guy
true.
for flirting with multiple
No, I'm not
girls.
saying
No,
you're a
we
bad
didn't say we were a bad
We
guy.
never
We were just
said you were a
confused.
bad
We
guy.
thought you were flirting with multiple girls because you got bored in a relationship.
Oh
That's
no,
what
that's,
I got
that's
from
so
that.
messed up. If you, like,
Yeah,
if you,
okay,
like,
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so
significant
this is
other.
miscommunicate. I'm sorry.
She needs the headphones next time.
Yeah, she does.
knows
I
what she's
don't want the
doing.
headphones.
Back to self-confidence and body image. Why didn't you put the headphones on?
I don't like hearing my voice.
Why don't you like hearing your voice?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I feel like a lot of people have that issue where they'll hear a videotape of themselves and they'll be like, that's me talking, or they get annoyed with their voice.
We
Gee,
sound smooth, don't we? Yeah.
no, honestly, I hate my voice too. And I record music all the time, and like I just hear the playback, and like short time, like if I'm by myself, like oh, it's fine. But when I hear my voice and I'm like a crowd of a bunch of people like listening to me, I'm like I sound so dumb. Like
Yeah.
why do I sound like that?
You're supposed to piggyback off the confidence thing because you were Mr. All Confidence. But since we're on the real topic, that's that's honestly so true. You ever like listen like it's like a happy birthday, right?
and you just you pick out your
You
voice
pick
from
out
the
your
crowd
voice
of people.
exactly. Like, oh my god, like I'm ruining this silhouette. Like I do not deserve to be in this
cannot
happy
sing.
birthday song.
Did you guys ever do school plays?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did the school play in 7th grade, and it was Into the Woods, and I was Prince Charming, and I sung Agony.
Charming,
And I
the
tell
perfect
you,
girl.
my voice sounded like a dying sheep. Like it was so bad, and I thought I was like so cool. I was like, yeah, I just did that. And then I listened to it, I was like, oh god.
You ever get that feeling where you feel like hot shit one minute, like even this isn't just about like play. Like I'll dress up a certain way, I'd be like, I feel good about myself, and then you get playback pictures, and they're like, you look dumb. Like I don't know what you thought you were doing.
And somebody be like, dude, what were you doing with those shoes? Like, for real, you didn't like them? I thought they were kind of fly. Like they went with the fit and everything. Nah, bro. You did not
But
look
do
like
you
that.
see it in yourself too?
Those
Though, like
Snapchats, the Snapchat playback,
memories?
the memories.
Oh my
god,
gosh.
like from like a couple
Oh my
months ago,
gosh.
and you're just like, oh my god, I look like a bum.
In
Like why
8th
was
grade?
I wearing this?
I dyed my hair blonde. Like however it was like blonde, and that look was not a great.
We're gonna
look.
have to see pictures after this podcast.
No, worst mistake. I shaved my head. I thought it was so fun. I was like, I'll shave my head. I had I have a bald friend, and me and my other friend, we were like, you know what? We'd be like a bald trio. Like, I think it'd be funny for the summer show. Oh my god, it was bad. But you know, going back off what you said, when you were bald and you pulled somebody, same thing happened to me. I was in Cancun, and there's this girl in the pool. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, right? I'm like, there's no way I can talk to her. I don't know how I did it, but like we were playing the resort host these little mini games.
It was W.
No, these resort hosts these mini games, right? And I happened to be in line with her brother, and we were just talking or whatever. And so her brother invites me over to go hang out with them. And then all of a sudden, I start talking with her, and it just worked. And I was like, oh my god, but I'm bald.
I know. I just feel like for being short, you just have that automatically good. You have to have a good personality. Like people have to like you.
Yeah, I was short and chubby, so I got both. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to joke around. You got to be able to make jokes, make people laugh, especially when you're big.
Yeah.
Big friends are the funniest.
Or the short ones, because I'm the funniest in my friend group.
Oh my god.
Overall, just listening to us semi-argue and this fun little podcast that we've created.
Yeah.
The one takeaway that I want the viewers to have from me is that you've heard 3 seniors talk about all of their different experiences and what they're going through. It's never ever going to be the same for anyone, and just know that everyone's going through their own struggles and they're struggling in their own ways, and it's their job to figure out how and what they're going to do in order to overcome their insecurities or fears.
Yeah, and one more thing, like, you know, people always say to improve yourself, and when people improve themselves, they oftentimes improve themselves because they want to look better for somebody else.
Do it for yourself.
Do it
Do it for yourself. I know it's hard, and I know people say it, and, you know, saying things is easier said than done, but if you actually do it for yourself, you can go so much further with it. It means so much more to you in the end.
Also, for me, my one takeaway is I just want like everybody to know that being confident helps a lot. Like even if you're not like you can be confident and be not confident at the same time, you know, because like you can like have that one small insecurity, but you just got like just not care about it, just be yourself.
Yeah, no, you just got to put it away. You just got to lock it away. Like you walk into a party, you had that small insecurity, and all of a sudden it's gone.
You
Like,
gotta
I'm
put
the
it
guy
away.
here. I'm the man.
You gotta be him.
Exactly.
I'll start taking notes. Walk into any party, I am him. I am that man.
All right, well, thank you for all the listeners today. I hope you guys had a fun time also listening to us kind of just argue back and forth and talk about everything that we've gone through when it comes to body image. And you guys have a great rest of your afternoon.
Or day.
Day.
Time at school.
Or night.
Have a
Wherever you
good
are.
life. That's
Have a
fun.
good life. If you're above 6 foot, I'm sorry you might die before I do.
I'm gonna have a longer, more fulfilling life than you. Just remember that.
I Can Relate is brought to you by Lee Summit Cares. Lee Summit Cares is a local nonprofit led by an advisory board of local teens focusing on helping youth development positive relationships and creating a culture of physical and mental wellness in the community. I Can Relate is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or most of your favorite podcast apps. This podcast is a production of Friendcast. Think, speak, act.